Everyone. This is my weekly update for my capstone. Following the midpoint critique, I began to really reflect and see, how I can improve my project and try to include some of the different things that were brought up. So my first thought that I had started with was, how am I keeping this as a game? Is it not going to be as much of a game anymore? Because I feel like it was kind of shifting away from that. So I decided to kind of create more of, I'm calling it an educational toolbox instead of a game. The reason being, I'm still keeping certain competitive aspects into it. So what I kind of was focusing on is during round one, I'm still going to keep a rotating judge, and I'm going to have the judge, choose a caption card, and whoever is the first player with 2 image cards, it's time to move on to round two. And then that player is going to create their own ad first. So trying to keep it still a reason to want to win, but not having that be the entire premise of the game, which I'm now not calling it a game, of the resource, of the educational toolbox, so to speak. So my reason being, as calling it that, I know that I had decided to do a digital toolbox, and that kind of got me thinking. Essentially, what I'm giving is something that a teacher could use as a resource in their classroom to teach about stereotypes. So in looking for the packaging of where am I storing all of these things, I was on Amazon and I found a box that just looks like this, and it opens up. So I thought that would be great to store everything. It's a magnetic closure gift box. So I ordered this to house everything. So in doing that, I wanted to explain what the box contains. So it's going to have 15 image cards, which I'm still working. I still need 2 more that I want to include. All of the rest have been edited and are ready to go. I'm still debating the number of caption cards, and that's actually proving to be one of the more difficult parts of this project, to actually come up with sort of witty captions that could go with several different image cards. So that seems to be the part that I'm really racking my brain on. And it's hard to kind of just sit down and come up with them. So I'll just be thinking about it, and I'll do a couple at a time. So right now I have about 30. I kind of think it should be more 40 or 50. But again, I'm going to see, what I can get done and what would kind of make sense after Monday's class with playtesting what I have with maybe a small group of volunteers. Also, Aaron had commented for my midpoint critique discussing the card design. So in past capstone classes, there had been different card designs. So he was nice enough to share some with me, and I mean, they were amazingly done. I don't think that with my project I don't think it would lend itself to go that in depth into designing the cards. But he also did mention that this student who did that he shared with me, compiled everything into a PDF. So I think that that's actually a great idea, because then I'll be able to house it online. So I started, instead of keeping all my image cards separate, I started compiling them all here in a Word document. And then once I get 2 more image cards that are edited, I'm going to put them in here and convert it to a PDF so that I have that. And then I'll also create a separate PDF of the original files. And then going off of that, I did begin creating a website, which I'm thinking of potentially also putting the the PDFs on the website under the resources page. Still, just a thought at this point. So what do you stereotype? This year I've actually chosen, I found this image on Pexels, and I'm going to use this for my box cover. So I also included it on the website. Right now, how to play, I've included the directions here. My resources page I'm still working on, and also put like a contact page. So, it's my hope that this is going to be a tool to use to start a conversation about stereotypes. If anyone would have questions, they could reach out this way. So if there's any comments or any issues or anything like that, I just thought that that was something that I would like to hear from others who would potentially be using this in their classroom in higher education. So also, I've been printing and preparing for Monday's class to play test. So I printed out a bunch of the image cards and began laminating them. So obviously last week I just gave you guys like a printed copy just really quick just to show you something like concrete, but I am laminating them, and the caption cards we printed out probably on a cardstock, potentially laminated. I'll see how many it ends up being. And I've also I've changed a little bit the round 2 directions. So instead of using the whiteboard, Aaron had mentioned to do transparencies. So I ordered transparencies, and I'm going to include those, and then some like just whiteboard markers, expo markers to write on the transparencies. So my next steps for this are basically going to be continuing to work on round 2. I want to get images. Again, I'll have to edit the images, like cut out different, women, children, men, anything like that, that would be used to create sort of like similar ads to the ones that are being viewed in the image cards. And I also need to definitely work on getting more caption cards. And I want to work also on finalizing the resources section of this website, this, digital resource that I'm giving. So right now that's where I'm at. Hopefully Monday I'll be able to solidify a few more things, but as per my timeline, I'm pretty much right on track. I'm going to spend another week working on my little website that I've created, and then continuing to just maybe get more specific in my directions. I'll see if after Monday's playtest, if kind of maybe, if people aren't able to play it, or if I need to get more specific, or if I'm leaving something out. So I appreciate, again, any feedback, anything like that, and see everybody Monday.